LCM is in the business of providing litigation finance. LCM has been continuously providing litigation finance since 1998. We're coming into our 18th year of continuously pursuing that business model. I've been involved with LCM both as an investor and as a board member, and more recently as the managing director since 2003. My background is in commercial litigation. I've been a commercial litigator for 20 years. LCM was one of the first companies to provide litigation finance and funding, not only within the jurisdiction of Australia but worldwide. Litigation finance is the provision of finance products and risk management tools associated with predominantly commercial litigation. So at one end of the spectrum, we would provide all of the finance or the funding associated with the pursuit of a legal claim. We would underwrite the adverse costs risk, and in return for that we take a percentage of the outcome of that litigation, which is ordinarily in the form of a settlement. So LCM derives its revenue through obtaining a percentage of the outcome of the litigation projects that we provide funding into. Typically that is 35% of the outcome, and on top of that we get our revenue back, or the capital that we've deployed into that litigation project is returned to us. The percentage tends to vary depending upon the risk of the litigation involved and the capital commitment that we put into the litigation project. LCM's currently managing a portfolio of litigation projects which has a gross claim size of about $380 million. It comprises 14 separate claims which are being pursued in various jurisdictions within Australia. The expectation is that 36% of that book or those projects will mature into the 2017 financial year, with the balance completing in 2018. In addition to the current portfolio of litigation projects that LCM is currently funding, it's got a pipeline of approximately $1.4 billion worth of claims which is subject at various stages of due diligence. Some are in the very early stages of due diligence, and some are in the final stages of negotiation of commercial terms. As a consequence of LCM corporatising and getting ready for the IPO and putting itself in a position where it can deploy the capital that's going to be raised on this IPO, there's been a mismatch between its revenue line and its personnel and structure. And that's one of the reasons why LCM has posted a statutory loss for the last 3 years. And it's in 2017 where the corporatisation program and the revenue line intersect, and LCM moves into its profits. So in the 2017 year, LCM is forecasting a bit over a $4 million net profit. In terms of LCM's performance, it's been providing litigation finance into the market for a long time. With the exception of IMF Bentham and a smaller operator in our market, there's no other company that would have a longer track record or experience in providing litigation finance than LCM. In preparation for this IPO process, LCM had its auditors conduct a review of its performance over the past 5 years. In relation to that 5-year period, the following characteristics were demonstrated: that across all projects that were conducted and completed during that 5-year period, the average time to completion was 26 months. The return on capital deployed was 2.3 times, and of all those projects that were completed in that 5-year period, LCM achieved an IRR of 79%. LCM has long and established and deep relationships with insolvency practitioners in Australia. LCM also has relationships with the large law firms and litigation departments as a source of referral of work. The largest sector in terms of growth for the provision of litigation finance, both in the world and in Australia is the provision of litigation finance to sophisticated corporates. An example of that is earlier this year, Burford entered into a transaction to provide litigation finance to British Telecom to fund 9 separate pieces of litigation that British Telecom were then pursuing, with a commitment of $45 million US. That marks a very significant opening in terms of opportunity for litigation finance within all jurisdictions around the world, including Australia. That will open up opportunities for litigation finance that go well beyond the provision of funding and finance for liquidators or people who just don't have the capital to pursue their own litigation. So it marks a very great opportunity to provide sophisticated clients with financial tools and risk management tools to pursue litigation to optimise the outcome of that litigation. Post-IPO, LCM will be utilising the funds raised in 2 principal ways. Firstly, to fund its current book of litigation, its current book of litigation projects. Secondly, to increase the book size, increase the projects under management, and finally to pay down either the whole or a part of debt that we've utilised in terms of building up the current book.